Hey guys, Sean here, and welcome to the F1 Word, powered by planetf1.com. Now, it has been quite the busy week when it comes to Formula 1 news, which has been nice, and so I thought it might be a good idea to wrap it all up as we hurtle towards the start of the final triple header of 2024 next week. So, let's just jump straight into it, and first up, it has been officially confirmed that Alpine will be using Mercedes engines from the start of the 2026 season. This has been rumoured since the summer, and last month it was announced that they would abandon their works engine programme, scrapping the 2026 power unit as a result, which means the team will become a customer outfit. A statement confirming the news explained, the multi-year agreement will see Mercedes-Benz supply Alpine with power units for the duration of the new regulation era from 2026 until at least 2030. Alongside the power unit, Alpine will also be supplied with Mercedes gearboxes from the 2026 season. Now, Alpine will continue to manufacture their own power units through to the end of 2025 before they make the switch, and although the team will be using Mercedes gearboxes in the first year of the deal, it is being reported the outfit wants to bring production in-house again from 2027. The move to Mercedes power and gearboxes, of course, coinciding with the introduction of sweeping new power unit rules, with the series moving on to a 50-50 split between electrical and engine power and the use of sustainable fuels. As I'm sure many of you know, it won't be the first time the Enstone team has used Mercedes engines, as back in 2015, the team then known as Lotus were powered by Mercedes for one season before Renault returns as a full factory outfit for 2016. Elsewhere, and in somewhat more surprising news, F1 race director Niels Wittich has left the role with immediate effect. Wittich had held the position since the departure of Michael Massey, serving as the sole F1 race director since the 2022 Japanese Grand Prix, having previously rotated in the position with Eduardo Freitas. And a statement from the FIA confirming Wittich's exit simply read, "The FIA can confirm that Niels Wittich has stepped down from his position as F1 race director to pursue new opportunities. Niels has fulfilled his numerous responsibilities as race director with professionalism and dedication. We thank him for his commitment and we wish him the best for the future. Rui Marquez will assume the role of race director from the Las Vegas Grand Prix." Who is Rui Marquez? I hear maybe some of you cry. Well, most recently he held the race director position for Formula 2 and Formula 3, having previously done the same in other championships, and has served as a track marshal in the past, as well as a scrutineer, national and international steward, and so actually brings a ton of experience to the role. However, what's interesting here is that there appears to be more to this than the FIA statement makes out, with Sky F1 reporting that Wittich was sacked amidst reports of tension between himself and FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem, and motorsportmagazine.com says that Wittich told them, quote, "I have not resigned." Hopefully, we'll find out what really happened at some point in the near future, but it's a big surprise this call, whoever made it, has been made with 3 races still to go in 2024. The BBC has also claimed that compliance officer Paolo Bassari has been dismissed from the governing body and will no longer hold the role of compliance officer, a role he has occupied since 2017 under Jean Todd's presidency. Now, that report from the BBC says he has been fired due to the president losing confidence in him, but Bassari declined to comment on the allegation when asked by the BBC, while the FIA has been approached for comments by planetf1.com. So if this has been confirmed or denied by the time this video goes out, I will pop a link to an article explaining more in the description and pinned in the comments. True or not though, there have been and continues to be a lot of changes at the FIA. Super quickly, it's also been confirmed that Liberty Media CEO Greg Maffei is stepping down at the end of the year, with Chairman John Malone stepping in as interim chief executive. Liberty Media also announced that Maffei will remain as a senior advisor to assist the transition process. Another exit announced this week was at Aston Martin, as the team confirmed that just weeks after the news dropped that Adrian Newey will join the squad next year, the team's current technical director Dan Fallows is on his way out of the F1 team. Having worked alongside Newey at Red Bull, Fallows joined Aston Martin in 2022 in that technical director position, but is now moving on to another role within the company, details of which have not yet been made clear. Aston's Group CEO Andy Cowell thanked Fallows for his contribution over the last 2 years, highlighting the role he played in leading the team to the success of the AMR 23, which secured 8 podiums last season, and Fallows himself wished the team every success for the future. "In my time at Aston Martin, it has been a joy and a privilege to guide the technical team on their journey towards being race and championship winners. It is time for me to pass on the baton, but I look forward to watching the team's future success, which I am sure will come soon." No link has been made between the arrival of Newey and Fallows' move away, but it may raise a few eyebrows nevertheless. Too many cooks and all that, for example. But it is a time of big change at Aston Martin, and with the new factory also nearing completion and everything that comes with it, the future looks bright for the team, even though they are losing on the F1 side a huge amount of expertise and experience with the exit of Fallows. Elsewhere, Monaco will remain on the F1 calendar until the start of the next decade at least, after Formula One confirmed that the famous and often divisive street track has signed a contract extension through until the end of the 2031 season. But that's not all, as it was also announced that the race will be moving from its traditional May slot to the first full weekend of June from 2026, which means it will no longer clash with the Indy 500. A press release announcing the news explained that as Formula One experiences significant growth around the world, the appeal of the Monaco Grand Prix continues to be felt, with this season's race watched by a cumulative audience of over 70 million fans, and was the most watched edition of the race in US history. Stefano Domenicali added that the new era of partnership and innovation between Formula One and Monaco will allow the sport to optimise the schedule to help reduce the pressures on logistics and to decrease the environmental impact of the championship. Also this week, I told you there was a lot. The F1 Commission met in Geneva, where the 2026 regulations were among the topics to be discussed, with the FIA confirming that by the next time the Commission meets, a complete set of technical regulations should be ready, with feedback from the teams giving the FIA reason to believe that the overarching objectives in terms of starting level of performance are likely to be achieved. The idea of an end-of-season rookie sprint race was also discussed again after the prospect of it taking place in 2024 was ruled out last time the Commission met, and after further discussions the concept will be revisited next year with the goal of it debuting in 2026. There were more things revealed though, with the sporting regulations having been revised to incorporate gender-neutral language, while the F1 Commission discussed measures to strengthen confidentiality provisions during investigations and other procedural matters relating to the financial regulations. Following encouraging tests, a driver cooling kit has been approved from 2025 when a high temperature hazard is declared, while following the events of the race in Brazil last time out, the grid will be closed up should a car be withdrawn. And from next season, an expansion to the exclusion of sustainability-related costs in regard to the financial regulations has also been given the green light. Mercedes have revealed that they will be running a special livery on the W15 driven by Lewis Hamilton at the season finale in Abu Dhabi in December. On the off chance you've forgotten or have only just arrived on the planet Earth, in which case, welcome. The 7-time world champion will make the switch to Ferrari for next season, bringing to an end his record-breaking time with the Silver Arrows. Hamilton's final race in Mercedes colours will see the W15 covered with the names of 150 fans, with a prize draw taking place to decide whose names will feature. That draw opened on November 14th and will remain open until just before midnight GMT on November 26th, and details on how to enter can be found at mercedesamgf1.com. Not an ad, although I did a great job of making it sound like one, didn't I? And finally, Formula One has announced the 2025 launch season will look massively different next year. We've become accustomed to seeing lots of digital renders released throughout February of last year's car sporting this year's livery, or a version of the new car that looks a bit different come testing, or a car that looks nothing like anything we'll see out on track. The launch has effectively been an event to show off sponsors and host corporate folk rather than any sort of pre-season party, not like we used to get with the likes of the Spice Girls or Jamiroquai turning up for a sing-song. The 90s. Anyway, for 2025, Formula One will hold a launch season extravaganza in London, with all 10 teams and 20 drivers descending upon the O2 Arena for a sport-wide event. All the teams will apparently reveal their cars and new looks for the championship at the same time, with the first of its kind event also set to feature entertainment and live music performances. And yes, you can attend for a price, or if you can actually get hold of tickets in the first place, given that by the time this video goes out, they've probably already sold out and will be sat on some website somewhere for about 32 times the price, because that's the way the world works these days. But let's carry on with this story before I go all old man yells at cloud. With tickets having opened up for the public to purchase on Friday and were separated into 3 pricing tiers based on location within the O2 from £58 to £113. Cha-ching. Why? Well, I just said it will cost to get in, so there's part of the answer for you. But Stefano Domenicali said that it will help mark the World Championship's 75th anniversary, and with 2025 set to be a classic season, he sees the event as a, quote, fantastic opportunity for fans of all ages to experience up close the incredible entertainment spectacle that is Formula One. With FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem adding that the occasion will, once again, quote, serve as a fitting prelude to a celebration of the 75th anniversary of the sport throughout the 2025 season, and you may only attend if you're wearing fireproof underwear. Okay, I made that last part up, sorry. And if you don't fancy paying to see this year's cars in their 2025 liveries, although it has to be said that the 2024 cars will largely carry over to next season, so you're going to get that anyway, really, but my overly sarcastic point still stands, then you can watch the action live with broadcast details and further event information to follow in the coming weeks. That is it for this roundup then, but you can let me know your thoughts on any of the stories featured today in the comments section down below, and to catch up on all the latest Formula 1 news and reaction, then head on over to planetf1.com. But as ever, thank you for watching. I've been Sean, this has been the F1 Word, and until next time, goodbye.